Good evening, everyone. 6:15, call the meeting to order. City Clerk, please take roll call.
Commissioner Viscara,
Here.
Commissioner Lama,
Here.
Commissioner Syverson,
Here.
Vice Mayor Joseph,
Here.
Mayor Svechin,
Here.
all members present, ma'am.
Okay. Do you want to read it first and then?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second. So, for the record, this is an LPA meeting, the local planning agency with the city commission to consider a recommendation and/or possible action on an ordinance amending section 265-5, definitions of the Land Development Code to revise the definition of the term waterfront.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Just a reminder, this is our meeting right before our regular commission meeting, so this one will be probably a little bit shorter than you expect. I am going to pass the gavel. I'm going to be recusing myself because the discussion that the commission is going to be undertaking, I have a potential conflict with. So I have to, because of our ethics laws, I have to leave the room. Vice Mayor, you got.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so procedurally, Vice Mayor, we're going to call up staff to present, and then after staff has done presenting, we'll take public comment, and then the commission can enter into discussion.
Perfect. Okay. Amy?
Thank you. Good evening, Vice Mayor and Commissioners. The item to be considered by the local planning agency this evening is regarding a text amendment to section 265-5 of the Land Development Code. This section has definitions of terms that are used throughout the code and provides a definition for the term waterfront. The current definition could lead to interpretations of waterfront lots as those that only have a sliver or a very small portion of their property actually fronting the water. And so the proposed definition eliminates this ambiguity. The new definition states that a waterfront lot must have at least 75% of one lot line abutting a body of water at the time the lot became of record. And a body of water includes a creek, canal, bay, ocean, or river, and a body of water does not include a swimming pool, stormwater management area, or decorative water feature. So with that, I'm available if you have any questions.
Yes, thank you.
So we'll take public comment now, Vice Mayor.
Okay.
Alan Cole.
Alan, yes?
Oh, thanks for hearing us out. Alan Call from Winston Towers, 600, 210 174th Street, resident since 1992. And I just wanted to know the implication as far as if they, it's been classified as a waterfront property, and although it may be a small difference in, the taxes that we've been paying the last 42 years, I would assume that not being disqualified or non-qualified as a waterfront, that the tax may be a little bit less. And the question is in the last, well, I've been there 30 years, but in the last 42 years, that we've been paying based on the tax bases that were a waterfront property, my concern is, even though we're not 100%, I think it's 40%. My question or fairness is that if they vote to disqualify us as waterfront, are they also going to credit us back the 42 years of taxes that have been paid based on waterfront, even though it may be a small amount per unit, but multiply times 390 units over 42 years, it could be significant.
Sure.
And that's one thing I wanted to take into concern.
Okay, so in that regard, can I put you over to the city manager?
Can you tell us where you live?
Yep, I did. 210 174th Street, the Winston Tower 600.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, Vice Mayor, thank you. This is just clarifying a technical definition that's in our zoning code that's open to interpretation. So I couldn't speak to any tax issues regarding the property.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next person we have is Mark Kanvinsky. I'm so sorry. Am I convincing?
Because of we have very good commissioner, very good city, we have very good beach. And before they start in renovate, I ask Bob Shop about make small room for change clothes after you swimming, for women and for men. And still they have not money for this. And I suggest somebody go with me to Hallandale Beach Boulevard and see what kind they have. I don't say make so luxury, but at least couple room, because change clothes in toilet, somebody can fall down and city will pay more for this damage. I suggest that we should make couple for men and women change clothes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Next person we have is Levinchuk.
My name is Michael. I came again. I spoke to the mayor 2 weeks ago. Was crazy noise, and where is she gonna come? And she promised me I'm gonna send somebody, but nobody came. Before, Mrs. Mayor told me if you have problems, call to Vice Mayor. I called him, I left few messages, he does not care. I'm one from the oldest people in Sunny Isles. I live in a hell. They put office right by my door. But they not allowed to do this. In daytime, noise by the office, right by my door. In nighttime, people taking showers after 10 o'clock, it's noise. Yes, Jerry, you was in my
Yes.
apartment.
I
Did you
I
hear
can
the
verify
noise?
it. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I hope now you're gonna do something. And
I-
I'm gonna come
I wish
to
it was
next
up to me,
meeting,
Michael.
And I'm gonna tell people what's gonna be. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the last person that we have is I'm so sorry, it's not legible. SINEGR? Did anyone fill out a public speaker card that hasn't been called yet? Okay. All right, that's it for public comments, Vice Mayor.
Okay, any comments from the peanut gallery? From the commission?
None from me.
No?
I have some comments. So I spoke to another resident of the Winston Tower 600, and I think there's a little bit of perhaps a question mark, when it comes to categorizing that building specifically, as waterfront or non-waterfront. And I don't know if they're thinking that they're going to lose perhaps some property value. I don't know, Dennis, I don't know what the concern is. So I just wanted to expose that and to bring it up. But I think, Amy, if you could clarify a little bit the intent of the language and perhaps why we're doing this and, what the outcome could be or would be.
I think I can clarify, Amy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The intent is that the code right now is a little bit ambiguous regarding the definition of waterfront. So as we're going through and reviewing the various parts of the code, we're bringing things to you that need clarification. And this providing a definition will further clarify what waterfront is and what is not.
Okay, thank you.
If I can just add, under the zoning code, so it doesn't preclude somebody if they would like to advertise their property as waterfront on Zillow or, when they're selling their property. This is solely for purposes of interpretation and application to our zoning code and density bonuses.
Correct. So it will prevent someone that has, let's say, a little pond in front, or like 1% of their property is in front of some body of water. It will prevent that developer or that property owner from, obviously, let's say, using the code to their benefit to build more density, correct? Bonuses, obviously, to
Bonuses.
getting more bonuses and being able to build more. Okay.
Okay, maybe we can also let the people know which are the properties affected by this new definition. So I think that will help people also to have a better understanding which parcels specifically now are going to be waterfront or not. So maybe, Amy? Thank you.
So the term waterfront in the comprehensive plan only applies to one land use category, and that's the medium high-density residential category. The land development code that implements the comprehensive plan, this affects two zoning districts, which is the town center district and the RMF-2 district. So it's only the lots that are in those two specific zoning districts that are affected by this, that have this definition within those codes.
The town center north, right?
The town center zoning district is not separated into north and south. Only in the comprehensive plan is it
Gotcha.
separated into north and south.
Okay, gotcha.
May I ask, so to clarify, does this definition spill over to Winston Towers?
Yes, Winston Towers is zoned RMF-2, yes.
Okay, because some people may not know what,
Oh.
what that is. So, okay.
But it's only one building, right, that is being affected by the definition?
In the Winston Towers.
Yeah, the 600?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
But how, I mean, I don't know if affected is the word, because nothing is changing. It's just for our purposes, I mean, I guess for hypothetical future redevelopment purposes.
That's right. It's not affecting any existing structures. This is being applied when properties come into for redevelopment.
Okay, thank you.
So, for redevelopment purposes, the property value could be less if it was designated as not waterfront, correct?
I can't really
No,
comment on that.
Right, we wouldn't comment on that. We can't project for the future what the property values will or won't be. We're just trying to clarify a definition.
That will be with the tax appraisal, yeah.
Right. So the tax appraiser could, at some point, look at our definition and take on our definition, or no? No? That would never happen? Can't, or probability would be that it wouldn't?
We don't know the exact parameters that they use to assess properties. For our purposes, this is just clarifying a definition in our code.
Okay.
I mean, technically, the property, it's built already. It's not going to change. You have a sliver of water there, and I don't see, I think this is kind of like, this definition, from what I understand, is forward-looking, obviously for any empty lots, and to be able to have a clear definition and have that kind of like be compatible with whatever bonuses or development that's going to take place in the future. So I don't see how specifically would affect in this case, the Winston Towers 600 or any other building that's already built.
Until someone actually comes at us with it. So I'm just, want everyone to consider, if we change the language tonight, change the definition, could we have someone who has a smart attorney, you know, that something that we're not considering tonight, come at us over our definition change? Has that been totally considered?
There's always potential for litigation.
Okay.
So at this time, we just need a motion to make the recommendation.
Yes.
If that's what the consensus of the commission is.
So, do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Is that roll call or?
Voice vote. Yeah, so all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. The motion passes 4-0. There's no further business to come before the LPA. We can adjourn the meeting. A motion to adjourn, please.
And we have to start right away?
Thank you.